freedom for all.
Radio for all.
You are now live with the Humble Prince on Sahara FM Radio. Yeah. Yeah, that was just a video of pop singer Densha on the phone, on the screen. Hope you guys enjoying it. We still have on the phone. Densha, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, we had some technical difficulties. Sorry. So the question I just want to ask you is that some people were saying that they want to know what your product contains, and I figured you guys would probably put that on the box or anything, but you could definitely stand by it that your product does not contain any dangerous ingredients, right? Please, and the floor is yours.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't contain any harmful ingredients, and what Nisha's contains a lot of natural products. You have AHA acids, you have like corates, you have it's mostly just food acids, things that we consume every day. Again, it's just about educating yourself and stopping what you're trying to do. A lot of people will say, like you asked me the question about if I use my products. Yes, I do. I use what Nisha's.
Yeah, that's the best way to endorse your product.
Yeah, that's what I use. I do use it,
right.
but this people who want to know will not be able to afford enough to use it to look like me. It's my brand, so I can use as much. Our product is 30 ml, 60 ml. That's not enough to lighten your skin. Matter of fact, it's not enough to lighten your whole arm. You need to spend a lot of money to get to look like me. So, and that's one thing that product technically is not promoting you to lighten your skin, because a lot of people cannot even afford all of this.
It's for dark spots. You just tap a little bit like this and just put it on the spot, right? That's it.
Okay.
Okay.
So I guess my question, piggybacking off that, it seems as though your only deterrent to these your young fans who ask you about White Tenacious, your only deterrent is financial. You're only telling them, oh, you couldn't afford to look as light as me.
So if someone can afford to buy, let's say, 100 bottles, then will it achieve the effect of looking like you and looking lighter?
I don't advise anybody to. I don't go and tell people, oh, because if you can buy 100 bottles, you're going to look like me. See, at the end of the day, people make their choices.
Yeah.
I cannot decide what anybody has decided to do. I cannot block somebody from buying what they want to buy on the website. So at the end of the day, people have to make their choices. Now, people come up to me and ask me, what I tell them is, okay, like if somebody has already lightened their skin completely, right? A lot of people have, because WHO says 77% of Nigerian women are lightening their skin now. If a woman comes to me, she's lightening her skin. Like there was a case of a woman there was this picture circulating on Instagram. This woman that people were saying that she looked like she was getting kidnapped or something, when her hands were really dark and her face was light. A situation like that, the lady came to me. She sent me a message on Instagram and she said she needed me to help her. That kind of situation, I'm going to advise her on what to do. She has already done what she had to do. Unfortunately, she used the wrong thing. And I'll tell her, for your hands, use the Dark Knuckles and Knees cream that will help your hands, because it's going to help you not look the way you look. Does that make sense? But if somebody came at me, like there's this girl, her name is Patricia from Angola. She came at me, she's like, oh, she has pawns on her body, some story. I can't even remember what it was about, but I sent her a message back and I told her, look, Patricia, you're a very beautiful woman. First of all, initials cost a lot of money. And when you start, you definitely will not be able to stop. And I don't know if you have the money for that. At some point, you really don't need to keep using it. Like now I'm about to go for like a whole month without using anything because my skin is fine. I just use oils, and we have vitamin E oil coming out, vitamin C oils that I just use right now just to nourish my skin and look fresh. So it's not a situation where I personally have to keep using it. I've used it already, so I'm fine. So Patricia is like, she's as dark as, let me see. Lupita, of course, yeah. She's actually darker than Lupita. Now she comes and she says she wants to use White Tenacious. That is hundreds of thousands of dollars right there. Wow. I'm not going to sit there and tell this girl to start. I'm not going to do that. So I'm telling you, I don't sit and advise people to do this thing. I can advise somebody who has started and it looks bad to make it look good, but I'm not going to advise you to start from scratch. I don't do that.
Yeah,
Okay,
so real quick, because I want to see, everybody knows about White Tenacious, man. I want to talk about her pop singing and everything after we take a break, but go ahead.
Right. So you say that this Patricia from Angola wrote to you or found a way to contact you, right?
Yeah.
She's darker than Lupita. How do we know that this Patricia actually exists, much like you asked the question about Lupita's letter? And I didn't see the letter, so.
Humble Prince actually has a message. Actually, posted it on my Instagram too, and I think my business manager sent it to Humble Prince. Actually, see, let me tell you something about me.
Wow,
I don't have to
you ahead
lie.
of the game.
Listen, if I can come out and say that I lighten my skin, why would I lie about somebody sending a letter?
Well, hey,
okay, so I mean, if Lupita can say that she never lightened her skin, she wanted it as a child because this is an experience that dark-skinned women have had in their youth, right? When I was growing up, I would always hear, "Oh, you're so pretty for a dark-skinned girl," which is something that, excuse my language, something that pissed me off.
Well, I don't say that to nobody.
No, I didn't say that you did. Not at all. I'm just prefacing my question. I'm about to lead into a question. People were telling me that I was pretty for a dark-skinned girl, meaning that if I were lighter skinned, then I would be automatically pretty as a lighter skin.
Oh, interesting.
Does that type of perception feed into your reasoning for lightening your own skin?
You know, let me come to this, right? You know, the other day, after I did my interview with Fox, I actually sat down and, you know, I don't sit and think about all these things happening. You know, I really don't have time for it. I have a lot of stuff going on. So I really never sat down and thought about why all this whole thing going on with white initiatives. So the other day I sat and I was talking to a friend, one of my friends. He's very dark skinned, and I asked him, like, is it something, like, because people ask, when I was raised, the way I was raised by my grandparents in Cameroon, okay?
Right.
I come from a very large family. My grandfather has 26 kids. He adopted like 5 kids.
Your grandfather's a busy man.
It's a mixture. It's a mixture. My grandmother is very light skinned. She's almost mixed, and she looks almost mixed. She has 10 kids. Half of them are light skinned, half of them are dark skinned. There was never a thing of colorism in my house. I don't have any family members that lighten their skin. We never. Even in Cameroon, growing up, I spoke to another person. I went to a boarding school, you know, all my life. And I spoke to somebody else. Did we ever have this dark skin, light skin thing going on? She said no, because the way we grew up, it was more about who is your dad and, you know, it was never. I've never experienced any colorism thing the way I see people going in and making it a problem.
Right.
So to me, this is new to me. It's new to me. I'm never going to look at somebody and say, you look very pretty for a dark skin girl. I have really super pretty friends of all races. I come from a large family, meaning that I have super pretty family members that look different. You get what I'm saying? So don't ever let anybody make you feel some type of way and tell you that. I mean, I don't know you. I've never met
you. Let me clarify real quick. That's not a self-esteem issue on me because I never had any color consciousness issues. My mother is fairer skinned than I am, and my darker, at all. Good, Never had any issues. I've always loved my dark skin. I think I've never wanted to use any lightening products. So that's not my issue.
Yeah, I think she was just asking you. Yeah, she was just asking you what your personal reasons were.
Exactly.
Because I think you said a few minutes ago that you've never. I mean, you're quite honest. You tell people you've used the product and you've lightened. So what were your personal reasons for doing so?
Yeah, Nancy, what do you think? What do you want to tell the people about that? Because that's one question people definitely have.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, I don't know why we're having this conversation about skin tone, colorism, and stuff. I mean, what initiates is dark spot remover. It treats sun damages and it treats hyperpigmentation, blemishes, liver spots. So we're trying to make this thing about what it's not, which is my skin tone and your skin tone and all that. It's really not about it. And we have pictures on Instagram, actually, with people that are way dark skin and they use white initiatives and it works very well for them on their dark spots.
Go
on at white initiatives and you will see a lot of pictures, not just white people. And people used it and you never altered what they look like. Yeah, so we shouldn't make this about colorism and about ourselves. The word, a color should not be able to threaten a whole nation. It shouldn't, you know. The word is just a word.
Dancia, let me just interject real quick. You know what? Don't see this as
a personal attack. It isn't.
It's not a real personal attack, but
asking.
Why? You know, again, like I said, the World Health Organization says 77% of Nigerian women skin bleach or lighten their skin or whatever. I would like to ask a woman. Trust me, I asked some women to come on the show. They say yes. You have a lot of supporters, and they say yes. I'm proud. You know, I lighten my skin. It's something I want to do. But when we ask people why they do it, they feel like they're defending themselves. Just come out and say, you know, I want to do this. Anybody that doesn't like it could go to hell, straight up. That's just what it is. So please don't see this as a personal attack at you.
This is not a personal attack.
Yeah,
not at all.
So if anybody asks you, if you just say, you know what, this is something you want to do, this is a decision you made, I can ask them, why do people get tattoos? Why do people wear makeup?
Yeah.
Why do people not go with their natural hair? Why do they use relaxers and all that? Why do people why do men use steroids to get, that's just whatever it is. And, I really don't think, because automatically people think that, when people bleach their skin is because of some kind of low self-esteem or some kind of deficiency, or they don't feel as beautiful. Let me tell you something, man.
And sometimes
black is beautiful, dark skin is beautiful. Look at the shade of beautiful I got in here, God damn it. Brown skin, light skin, everything. So please don't take that as don't take that as a personal attack. Yeah, but you know what?
No, it wasn't.
We really thank you so much for joining us. We want to take one more break, and when we come back, we want to ask you about some of the other things you're working on. You're live with the Humble Prince, and we'll be right back.
I'm right here.
Oh no, we're taking a break and we'll be right back.
All right, cool.
Yeah.